Well, 2025 marked a record year for organ transplants in Washington. So, the Life Center Northwest, which facilitates transplants here in the state, is urging families to have conversations with their loved ones about organ donation long in advance to make sure there are no surprises if something happens. We sat down with a Spokane man to share his family story and how their decision is making an impact in countless lives years later.
She was a very easy person to be drawn to and feel like you knew really well, really fast.
When Nick Brommer met his future wife Chantel back in the late 90s, they hit it off immediately. He fell for her magnetic personality, her adventurous spirit.
Chantel was happiest when she was exceeding the speed limit. She had a lead foot and loved to drive.
And the way she brought him out of his shell.
She just enjoyed life and just was out there and gregarious and funny and just intelligent. She was the whole ball of wax.
They each had a set of twin girls and bonded over that too. Within just 6 months of meeting, they got married.
Then we had a son together, so it was a very instant family, 5 kids together, and it was, I call it beautiful chaos.
Fast forward 2 decades later, their kids all grown up, settling in as empty nesters. Chantel noticed some strange neurological symptoms.
Was it a stroke? Was it this? Was it that? We weren't getting really any answers. And when we went to the neurologist and he said, it's ALS, that you could have knocked me over with a feather. It was not on my radar at all. When you get a diagnosis for ALS, you know how it's going to end.
There is no cure for ALS. Over time, it steals your ability to move, to speak, even to breathe. Doctors told the 49-year-old she only had a couple of years left.
From that day on, there was no more waiting. It was, let's start living, right?
She traveled, spent time with her 5 precious kids, even bought a new Corvette, determined to live life at full speed as long as possible. But Chantel also spent that time finding ways to help others long after she was gone.
Where we landed was organ donation, because that's how you make a difference. That's how you have a direct impact on someone else's life. That is a very good feeling that when you come to that decision, it's like, we're going to do something, we're going to make something very good out of something very bad.
And then when they thought they had about 6 months left, Chantel's heart stopped.
Which I happened to catch just by fluke immediately. And so I did CPR, but she was gone. It was too late.
Though Nick's quick thinking could not save Chantel's life, it did save 3 others.
The folks from Life Center, like, that made those organs viable, was that quick reaction.
In her final moments, as she was wheeled into surgery to give life to others, her loved ones and care team lined the hospital halls to honor her. While normally somber music plays in a moment like this, Nick chose to blast Motley Crue's Kickstart My Heart as a final nod to his wife of 24 years who always lived life at full throttle.
And it was still very sad, don't get me wrong, but she was a badass. And that was a badass way to go out.
And now, 2 years later, Nick's in touch with the people who got a second chance at life thanks to Chantel, something the woman who received Chantel's heart does not take for granted.
She said that she, on a regular basis, touches the scar and looks up and says, "Thank you, Chantel."
Chantel's story is just one of thousands across Washington. In 2025 alone, a record 337 donors saved the lives of 930 patients waiting for a transplant, giving each one of them the most priceless gift: time. More birthdays, more family dinners, more chances to give back.
The ripple effect that comes from donation, it really is all-encompassing for our community.
Caleb Buck works for Life Center Northwest, which helps facilitate the transplant process in Washington.
For those individuals who have registered themselves and made this decision to give that gift, we as an agency want to do everything we can to honor that donation decision.
He encourages more people to talk about organ donation with their loved ones so everyone can be on the same page if the unexpected happens.
I think what a great legacy that is, to save up to 8 lives and hence maybe 75 more.
For Nick, it's something that brings comfort in the moments he misses his wife the most.
You get to kind of hang your hat on that someone else gets more time, and all their friends and family, how grateful they are.